Hey, I know it's been a minute since I have updated my channel. Please forgive me, life has been lifing, but I'm here to give you guys a quick update. So, if you've been here before and you've followed my hyperparathyroid journey, well, it has started again. So, tomorrow morning, y'all, and I'm sorry because I'm a little nervous about, tomorrow, but I know everything will be fine. But I am having a second surgery. I am having another parathyroidectomy, and so I am going to try to take you guys on the journey as much as possible. I have to be there at about 6:30, and my surgery is scheduled for 7:30. Well, let me just give you guys a little update, a little background on this whole thing, right? So, I had an adenoma, which is a parathyroid tumor, removed about 3 years ago. Well, almost 3 years. I had it done, I believe, in August of 2021. I can't remember exactly the date, but anyway, I felt great right after the surgery. I mean, immediately the brain fog went away, the bone pain went away, the anxiety had settled a lot. The heart palpitations and all that kind of stuff, the achy bones. I mean, so many symptoms that I was having, the sleepless nights, frequent urination, all the stuff, all the horrible. Why is my dog barking, y'all? I don't know. But all the horrible stuff that goes along with hyperparathyroidism, the moans and groans and psych undertones, um, you name it, I probably experienced it. Everything but kidney stones, right? So, y'all, excuse my dog. I don't know why he's barking, but anyway, so hold on. I'm not sure where I left off because my camera cut off. So I'm coming back and I'm trying to remember where I was before the dog interrupted. But anyway, my journey starts again. Um, I started having symptoms very shortly after my first surgery. Now, I did get my pathology report back from the first surgery, and it said hyperplasia versus adenoma. So I think um, the adenoma was so big. Well, I don't think, because she actually said this when I went back to see her, that um, it was so large that it had grown a tentacle, and she said it grew up my thyroid. And so she said it was so large, she removed it, and she just knew that that was it. So she closed me up, right? Well, she never thought that I would have had hyperplasia because she just knew that that one was the culprit because of the size of it. Well, here we are again. I started having the symptoms. They returned, most of them. Achy bones. I wound up having to have, I think it's called a DEXA scan for like the bone density because my bones would pop. Just moving, walking, sitting, standing up. My legs and everything, they just ache, right? Um, I had a headache for like a month. My doctor put me on Ubrelvy. He thought I was having migraines. Um, and then the headache stopped for a while and then came back. And then the frequent, like, urination, especially at night, the insomnia, not being able to sleep. And then the anxiety started creeping back in. And I'm like, here we go. And this disease, if you suffer from it, you know that it makes you completely miserable, and you have stuff going on that nobody can see, so they don't understand, and you just feel bad. And you feel bad a lot because I have days where I just have to crawl out of bed. I just don't have the energy, but I have children, I have a husband. I have to get up, and I have to keep moving, and I have to take care of them. I have people depending on me. Yes, my kids are big, they teenagers or whatever, but they still depend on their mom for quite a bit, okay? And so I just have to stay positive and I have to keep moving and I just can't quit. So I push myself. But at the end of the day, I am exhausted. I am mentally and physically drained, y'all. And it's just horrible. When they call this the moans, groans, and psych undertones disease, that is so real because you experience it and it makes you miserable, and it's so unexplainable because you have a general feeling of just being unwell and you can't really tell people what it is. You just don't feel right, you know? And so I said all that to say, because I was having so many symptoms, because the things had came back, I tried to change the way I was eating and stuff like that, thinking maybe that would help. It didn't. So I went back to my doctor in March, my primary doctor. I went back to him in March. I had a full checkup done. I had my annual done, the physical, the pap smear, all that stuff. I had everything done. And then he checked all of my levels from cholesterol to vitamin D, PTH, calcium. He did a whole panel. He did a whole workup. And so everything came back good except, sorry y'all, my TV is everything came back good except for my PTH. It was extremely high. And my vitamin D was good because I had been taking 5,000 IUs daily. My iron was low, and I do know that that is one of the symptoms of hyperparathyroidism. For some reason, it drains the iron from you. My calcium was normal, but I've always been normal calcemic with hyperparathyroidism. I'm not sure why, but that's always just been my case, right? And so he suggested that I go back and talk to the surgeon again, and I went back to her, of course, and I was ready. I had this whole speech ready to say, listen, I know it's hyperplasia. I saw the pathology report. We've talked about it before, blah, blah, blah. I was ready to go through the whole thing like they need to come out. The other ones need to come out. So before I could get to all of that, when I came in, and she's the sweetest. Now, don't get me wrong. She's a very sweet person. Before I could, she said, before I did that one tumor, she said, I told you about that one adenoma. It was so big. It was growing a tentacle. She said, I thought that was it. It was so big. So I took that out and I did close you up. And she said, that was before I got the pathology report and realized that you have hyperplasia. Oh, okay. So I'm like, I don't have to tell you because you already know. Anyway, she was like, I'm going to go ahead and do another scan in the office. So I'm like, okay. So she does the scan on my throat. And she was like, oh my. And she was like, do you see that? And I'm like, I see something. I don't know what I'm looking at. And she said, look, that's another adenoma on the opposite side. I'm like, I have another one? So needless to say, second surgery is necessary, which is happening tomorrow. I am scheduled at 7:30. I have to be there at 6:30. And yes, I am a bit nervous. I know I've gone through it before, but I am still a bit nervous. Just because being put to sleep and then knowing that they're cutting through my throat again, I know it's going to be okay. I know it's going to be okay. I know I'm in the hands of our Heavenly Father. He's going to take care of me. I know all that, but it doesn't stop my body from responding, okay? It doesn't. And y'all, I don't want to make this video. How long I've been going? Okay, I don't want to make this video too long, okay? Some of this stuff I might even cut out because I just don't want it real long. But anyway, I came on here to say I'm having surgery again. The journey starts again, okay? Second parathyroid surgery. And I'm going to take you guys along on the journey as much as I can. I know the last time my voice was real funny. I sounded like Computer Love. Like I had a talk box. I don't know if y'all know that song, but the voice is really weird. It's very raspy and it's very robotic sounding because they're all working around the vocal cords. But anyway, I am still going to try to update you guys as much as I possibly can. So stay tuned for that, okay? Now listen, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. And listen, if you are suffering from hyperparathyroidism, and I'm assuming that's probably what led you here to this video, leave me a comment. I'm no expert or nothing like that, but I done been through it and I can relate and I feel you, okay? I completely understand. If I can help you with something, if I could suggest something for you, if I can even just pray for you, I would definitely do that, okay? Because I do believe in prayer and I know that prayer works. It has worked in my life, and I just know that everything's going to be all right because of that. I know our Heavenly Father has us in the palm of his hand. He sees everything, he knows everything. He is a healer, and I ain't gonna churchy on y'all or nothing like that, but you have to have faith and you have to believe that everything is going to be okay. Otherwise, you're going to want to give up when you're dealing with this. People can't see it, so they can't really understand how bad it can get and how bad you can actually feel, y'all. But I understand. I get it, okay? So, anyway, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Well, y'all can see me. How about that? But I'm going to try to vlog my trip to the surgical center. I'm not having it in the hospital. I'm having it in a surgical center. That is another thing. They don't do inoperative testing at the surgical center because they don't have the same equipment as the hospital, okay? This is the cheaper route. I am a cash pay patient, and this surgery out of pocket here in Texas is where I'm located. This surgery out of pocket where I'm having it at the surgical center is right at about $6,000, which is quite expensive, okay? And I gotta do what I gotta do, okay? So, anyway, I'm not gonna go too far with that either, because unless somebody needs to know about paying with out of pocket, but it's cheaper than even when filing on insurance. It's much cheaper. But I just wanted to give you guys an update to let you know what was going on, and I guess I will catch y'all on the next video. I will try my best to keep you updated on my hyperparathyroidism journey part 2. All right, I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Good night. Bye.